Hey everyone, welcome to this free workshop to turn your FMCG brand into an industry leader. My name is Rishabh Jain. I'm the founder of Confetti Design Studio, where we work with small to mid-stage FMCG brands and turn them into an industry leader. And the way we do this is through 3 steps: better products, better marketing, and better messaging. Now, of course, all of this is for free because I'm on a mission that if you have a great product, then I will do everything in my capacity to turn you into a market leader. And about this series, we have covered around 10 to 11 videos, approximately 60 minutes. So you have no excuse to not watch those. And with single aim to empower you and bring your great products to the world. Now, in the last few videos, we have covered a lot. We actually have covered all of this. We have accomplished all of these in the last 8 videos. Now, as a bonus from my side, this is a quick shareable summary, which is pretty much the best gift you can actually give to a founder, from a founder to manager, from a manager to employees, and get everybody's knowledge of the FMCG startup ecosystem a bit up. Now, what we started with was the concept of FMCG Rut and how companies can't get out of it and pretty much go bust. So it's an endless loop of needing to sell more products to make more money, needing marketing to sell the products, and needing money to do the marketing, but they don't have the money because they haven't sold any products. So this endless loop is what we had to solve, and that's what we started with this particular series. And I told you that I will actually take you through this journey, handhold you through this journey for free, starting with, oh, I'm excited, and having that false sense of optimism, eventually crushing your old beliefs and taking you to the new results. Now, about crushing old beliefs, a couple of beliefs that we crushed was firstly that we will sell more by simply making more noise. We crushed that belief because we know that this is simply a propaganda for marketing companies to just sell their services and for you to not have anything. Plus, there will always be somebody who can outsell you or outspend you in terms of marketing. If you have budget of 1 lakh, there will be somebody which will have budget of 10 crores. So how do you enter a market when people have like 10x, 100x, 1000x of your marketing budget? How do you enter those markets? As well as the golden rabbit syndrome is what we crushed, where the grass is always greener on the other side. That, oh, we don't have a good packaging. If we had the good packaging, if we had a celeb as a brand ambassador, if we launched last year. So we would crush all of these beliefs to get ahead. And that's the first thing. Again, the part of the first thing, which is crushing the old beliefs. And the last belief that we crushed was that this is part of the process, that, oh, FMCG Rut is normal. It's not normal. Several successful companies, or pretty much none of the successful companies out there, suffer from the issue of FMCG Rut. So all of that is what we captured in the crushing of old beliefs. And then we studied how can we get out, which is through the rut reversal. That we go through these 4 steps: user validation, identifying the hero product, packaging distinctiveness, and marketing and amplification. Through these 4 steps is how we plan to get out of the FMCG rut. And we started with user validation, which is the first step, where we do user validation through the customer insight machine, which is based on 4 things: picking the right demographic to do the customer research, identifying if this research has to be done on a current customer, an active customer, or a stranger, because both of them have certain benefits. Or if we have to do qualitative insights like interviews or focus groups, or if we have to do quantitative insights like surveys and polls. And last but not the least, we identified if we have to do something virtually or in person. All of this simply becomes the part and parcel of consumer insight machine. Now, of course, the reason why this is important is because all of these 4 things would ensure that the information that you capture is not vague. It's crisp, as well as you choose the correct person with the correct platform, so that the next things that we study, the pricing validation, the product validation, all of those things are actually executed properly. So if you make a mistake here, then the rest of the series or rest of the steps, they pretty much go to waste. Now, once we have these people, the question is, what do we have to ask? these customers. Now, there are three things which we have to ask them. First is the product validation, second is the price validation, third is the messaging validation. So starting with the product validation itself, we could do two things. We could improve your offerings and call out your current competitors. That is pretty much what you can do. There is no third option when it comes to improving your product and getting that product validation. And the way we do this is through this two-layer framework where we go from theoretical to practical. We understand your products, your competitors, why the person bought that, what sort of solution are they looking at, what are the best things, what are the worst things about these two products, your as well as your competitors, and using user journey maps to go to the practical layer so that we can understand what is working, so we keep it, understand what is not working, so we can remove it, understand what is working with the competitor, so we can incorporate it, understand what is not working with our competitor, so we can improve on that, or we can call them out. Now, the three steps that you can take to go through this particular diagram is layer 1, general feedback, layer 2, user journey run through, so pretty much the two things that I mentioned in the last slide, and then actions. So based on these insights, there has to be a certain scope to sustain, innovate, or ignore. So once you have gone through the consumer journey map, for example, this one, you have to actually do either one of these things. You have to either sustain what you're currently doing, improve on it, innovate, maybe something which your customer is lacking in, or if your customer is already doing something good, then how can you incorporate that? So all of that we have to do through the consumer journey map or user journey map. It's the same thing, just two different terminologies. And as an example, we saw that how the pain point in an instant coffee example is around putting too much coffee in your cup and the coffee getting bitter. So that is a pain point. As an innovation, we can think of instant coffee cubes where one cube can make one perfect cup of coffee. So this is simply innovation. So in the user journey run through, at the improving of the pain point, this is what we did. We saw a pain point and we simply improved on that, on those two things. We did not look at the things before that or things after that. And that's where the innovation happened, which gave us our new product. So all of this new product allows our marketing to be a lot more effective. It allows people to remember us, because every other brand is just doing instant coffee powder, and here you entered with the instant coffee cubes. Perfect. The next thing that we went through is price validation, where we studied how perception of price might just be more important than the logic of the price itself. And the way your questionnaire, your interview questionnaire, your survey questionnaire is impacted is by asking questions like these. Is it a budgeted purchase or is it an impulse purchase? As well as, what is price more or less important than? So if, let's say, we take an example of chocolate. So you have taste, you have sugar content, you have price, you have amount, etc., etc. Health benefits, if there are any, if it's dark chocolate. So you have to understand and ask the consumer about these things. What is price more important or less important from? So you have a list of hierarchy. And the last thing is, what are certain occasions on which the customer would not mind overpaying for the same product? The best example of this is, let's say, cold drinks. So if it's beverages, soft drinks, the commodity that the person might purchase from a regular store might be for 50 rupees. But for the same commodity, the person might pay 500 rupees if it's in a theater. So understanding all of these nuances allows you to actually understand the perception of price for the brand and the product. And the concept of PFP. PFP being potential from premium, where two products on the opposite ends of the pricing conversation. So cheap product, expensive product, but the same product. What are certain things which change within those two products so that you can identify where does the cost actually lie? Where does the value actually lie? What is the person actually paying for? So as an example, we had these three industries, like industries of products, I would rather say, chocolates, moisturizer, and organic mango juice, where certain PFP factors can be there. So gifting, research and development, and seasonality. So for chocolates, it might be giftable. For moisturizer, it might be the research. For organic mango juice, it might be the seasonality. So depending on different products, your PFP changes. PFP, again, simply being what changes between the products on the opposite ends of the pricing spectrum. So different between a cheap chocolate and a premium chocolate might be the aspect of it being giftable. The difference between a cheap moisturizer and an expensive moisturizer might be the research and development. The difference between a cheap mango juice and a premium mango juice might be the seasonality of it. And that pretty much allows you to actually focus on that PFP and increase your price. So find the PFP, market the PFP, and sell products at a premium. That is, in a nutshell, what PFP is. And the last thing that we did was messaging validation. So we studied how product and pricing, both of these things are viewed from the lens of messaging. Messaging is pretty correlated to what you do in the marketing or marketing strategy, I'd rather say. Now, here how messaging actually impacts your questionnaire is the first thing that you have to do is identify the key person of influence. Who is your target audience being influenced by? Are they being influenced by an actor, like a celebrity, their boyfriend or girlfriend, their parents, their friends and family? They themselves might be influencing them, their colleagues, people at work. All of these people are people of influence. So you have to identify who is that key person of influence for your customer. And second is what type of influence actually works for them. So there are positive influences, negative influences. Taking an example of chocolate, let's say the key person of influence is your gym trainer. Then a negative influence can be the gym trainer might feel that you're not taking care of your health, and you might feel guilty. So that is something which we have to avoid. Or maybe the same product, but the key person of influence is your partner, and that product is giftable. So you would feel happy when you gift that particular product. So you have to chase a lot more of these positive influences and move away from negative influences, which we studied from an example where if you're buying perfume, and emotions, of course, can be influenced by many people. So your favorite actor, your partner, you yourself, or your colleague, or your boss. So all of these different people can have different perceptions, positive and negative. Or sorry, not perception, influences. So your favorite actor, you see your favorite actor wear a perfume and you would feel positive that, okay, if I buy this perfume, I would be like my favorite actor. Or your girlfriend that if you buy this particular perfume, you'll get compliments. Or maybe you yourself might feel proud of yourself for buying such a product. So all of these are positive influences, but a negative influence might be that your boss feeling that this is unprofessional to wear such a strong perfume at work. So this particular product can have different influences by different people across the whole journey. And at this stage, the first thing which we have to do is identify the key person of influence. And once you have identified the key person of influence, maybe in this case, let's say it's his girlfriend, there can be so many influences which might be related to this single person. For example, the key person of influence is your partner, but the key influences can be that the person is impressed by the quality, or the quality is really good in terms of the price, so it's a really good value for money, or maybe this product allows you to stand out, which makes your girlfriend happy. So no question of price or anything, just you standing out. So the same person can have multiple influences. And at this stage, what we have to simply do is identify the key influencer, aka in your case, it's your girlfriend, let's say, and the type of influence, which is the girlfriend is impressed by the premium quality, and that gives you an impactful messaging. So buy this product because person A would feel a certain way and you would want to chase that feeling. So girlfriend would feel proud or would be impressed by the quality of your product, And that becomes your impactful messaging. And that's your marketing campaign in a nutshell. Now, once you have done all of this research on price validation, product validation, and messaging validation, all you have to do is simply convert this research into tangible action. So from raw data to insights, and from insights to execution. So again, the 4-step process which we have to do for this is look for repeated themes, understand why this theme is repeating, look for opposing evidence, so that devil's advocate, and then we have to simply choose which problem we want to solve. So you have all of this data, look for repeated themes, what is being repeated multiple times by different people. Understand why is that happening? Why are so many people repeating it? Eventually, once you think that you are at a good place, you have to simply pick your battles. And the way you pick your battles is the problem that you're trying to solve. It should actually be a big enough problem that it warrants some innovation. You don't want to solve a small problem, or else people would not resonate with that. You would go through all of this hard work without doing anything impactful. Second is, you actually have to have the infrastructure in place to solve that. So don't solve a problem which you can't solve. So you have to have that infrastructure, and make sure that solving this problem does not give birth to 3 new problems, so that you're not just like 1 step forward and 3 steps back. That is something which we have to avoid. And lastly, we have to chase, like again, this last one is optional, is solve problems which only your company can solve. So you have that unique advantage, almost like that intellectual property. That is what we have to do while choosing our battles. And this way you can actually solve problems, and you can actually watch the detailed video if you want to see some of those examples. As a genuine entrepreneur, we saw how we went through the complete user journey map, through repeated insights, through understanding the why, how certain problems we could not solve, how certain problems we could solve, and eventually led to this final innovation. And in case you want to watch it, I would highly urge you to watch the video which is just before this one in the whole playlist. And through that, we were able to convert raw data to insights to actual execution. And the FMCG Rut. So we all remember the FMCG Rut. That is what actually brought us here. Now, this is your first step out of it. Once you do your research, once you have scope for innovation, that is where we go to the second phase, which is identifying the hero product. Now, of course, we went through all of these videos, all of this training, this free workshop to get you through the first pillar, which is understanding your consumers properly, understanding your product properly, looking for the scope of innovation. All that is necessary before we go on to do the step 2, step 3, step 4. Now, of course, this might be a bit too much, and I work with clients, so I know how you might be feeling that all of this hard work just to get out of the FMCG rut. But my genuine intention again is to give all of this value for you for free and not holding anything back. So that's what I'm doing. Like in this workshop, that's my plan, to give you as much value as I can without holding anything back. And that pretty much was my promise when we started. And yeah, the promise was take you out of this FMCG rut. That was my mission. And I will continue doing this. And the question which you might be asking is, Rishabh, what about the next 3 steps? So identifying hero product, packaging and distinctiveness, marketing and amplification. So what about the other 3 steps after this? So there can be 2 ways in which I can help you is in the next 3 steps. Is that the work for the training for the step 2, step 3, step 4, that is already underway. And if we stick to our plan, I think we might launch those free training videos around February 2024. And if that happens, you can subscribe to the newsletter. I will remind you via email, or you can, if you're watching it on YouTube, you can subscribe to this. And yeah, the videos will be live on the site as well as on YouTube. So you can either wait for those videos, or if you can't wait for next year, for January, February next year, then you can simply book a call. There might be a link in the description or somewhere on the website if you're watching it on the website. And yeah, if you don't want to wait till next year, book a call and I can take you through step 2, 3, 4 on my own and get you on the journey to become that FMCG leader. If not, don't worry, all of this value will be provided to you by me for free, and the work is already started on those training videos. But that's it. That pretty much wraps it up. Now, of course, just like I'm giving all of this value for free to you, make sure you just pay it forward. Remember to share this playlist of 10, 11 videos. If you're an investor, share it with the founders. If you're a founder, share it with managers to employees, but share it so that all of this knowledge is available to everybody within your company and within your brand. So the whole brand can be elevated just like that. And without any more fluff, and of course, I'm talking to busy people, I'm talking to founders, managers. Without any more fluff, I would like to thank you for sticking by the whole playlist, the whole workshop for so long. And yeah, I look forward to working with you or helping you out for free consultation or anything like that in your journey. And that was my mission, that if you have a great product, I'll do anything in my capacity to turn you into an FMCG leader. And yeah, that's where we are. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.